yeah, how I got here sometimes. I'm just like, how did this happen? But, I think everyone has a different path in terms of, like, how they get there. But it always starts with, I would say, because no one's ever, like, I don't think people are like, I want to become famous. Like, I don't think that's, like, the goal. I think it's more just, like, I want to do this for full time because I love what I do.
Exactly. And that definitely leads, like, straight into my next question. So, like, who would you say, like, your music is catered to, or who do you aim for your music to cater to, rather, via, like, the messages that you put through via your music and things like that?
For me, it's not really, like, I get it, be heard by anyone. For me, it's just, like, I think that's genuine to me, and I want people to feel empowered, and I want people to feel like they're not, like, I feel like everything I kind of write about is what I want people to feel with the music.
Gotcha.
I just want it to be genuine always, and, like, I think, like, that goes a long way, like, that is all people, and so my biggest thing is just putting out music for me and for what I believe and stand for. But if anyone connects with that, then great. So I always write. Usually it's just I'm writing for myself and hoping that people connect to it though. So that's the beauty of putting up.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. So the upcoming project, Cut Season, you know what I'm saying? It's the talk on the street right now. Like, so first and foremost, how did you come across that title, like Cut Season, and like why Cut Season? What are we cutting during this season?
So we're cutting everything, honey. We're cutting everything. I feel like Cut Season is kind of written around a time where I was just getting out of a really toxic relationship. It was really, really toxic, and I was just kind of going through the highs and lows of the breakup, and I poured my heart out. I was heartbroken, like, maybe going through it, and I was just pouring myself into the studio. Every song that was coming out had, like, this theme, and, like, I wasn't even tuning it on
That makes so much sense. You like, this whole thing is just a cut season. It's a cut season, the whole thing.
Exactly. Like every song was like a therapy session for, like, an emotion I was going through of, like, what I was, like, learning about my relationship from hindsight. Because I think you get out of, like, unhealthy situations, 90% of the time it's really hard to see what's wrong when you're in it. And, like, so when you get out, you, like, start to see all these, like, patterns of why it didn't work out and all blah, blah, blah. And so I was writing a lot about that. And so, every song that was coming out just had that ongoing kind of theme. So I wrote Cut Season one day in the studio, and it was kind of a big message in terms of just, like, I feel like I've made a lot of cuts in my life in terms of not even just my relationship, but, like, just my other relationships with other people felt like positive in my life, or like, brought me happiness in terms of negative energy and all that stuff. Like, I was starting to see a massive change, not just with this relationship, but just, like, this general time. And so exactly. And so that song just came about, and then when I wrote that song, I was like, oh, that's the title of the EP, because I feel like every song I've written before that song and after that song, it goes underneath, like, this one theme and this one message that I'm kind of coming back to, is that, sometimes you need to make those necessary cuts in your life, and you need to, like, let go of the crazy. Like, it's inevitable to get rid of them forever. Like, you're always going to have for your ego. But I think just being aware
I feel that a lot.
Right? Yeah. You got to be aware, and you just got to sometimes, like, make those really hard decisions to let go of those people that you love so much, but you also, this isn't healthy, and this isn't a healthy relationship for myself, like, with myself. So, this whole EP is kind of full entry of all these realizations during that time, and making a lot of changes, and coming out of it now, I'm like, wow, I was, like, in such a dark place, but now that I'm like, wow, that EP saved me. Like that, writing this EP has like it gave me so much hope and so much happiness. Just, like, you know, like I felt like I was growing as I was writing the EP, and it's so cool to look, see how like
That's
you know
so
who
cool.
I was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That makes me want to listen to it more, knowing. That low-key makes me want to listen to it more.
Dude,
So I can, like, listen to it.
Give me the.
So who are your favorite collaborators on the project? So that may be like an artist or a producer or arranger or whatever the case may be.
You know, I would say all the people that I wrote with, obviously, I would have never worked with them if I didn't love them. So I would say like everyone on that project has like really stepped up. Like the producers were so talented. Like, you know, there's these guys called The Orphanage who they're some of the most talented producers I've ever worked with, and they were kind of the people that started that like sound with me in terms of because I was always going to the studio and being like, I love Radiohead, but I also love Green Day, but I also love No Doubt, and I also love like all these different things, and I don't want to be them. I don't want to be what I grew up, but I find ways to influence what I grew up listening to, because I mean, don't we all do that as artists? So, you know, for me, I was trying to find the right balance of how to showcase that, and they were like the first producers that like really got down, and they really like the first song we wrote was a song called Naive that's on the project, and we wrote like an hour, and like it was so amazing. I felt like they just got it. They just like started the song. Like we started it on guitar, and then we took it from guitar to, you know, production, and we went really into it. But
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like it was so fast. Like it's so cool to say, hey, I want to do something like this, and then someone literally just does it. Like, so that was like a really like new experience for me, because sometimes it's hard for me to like finally like get to what I want to get to, and like until it takes like trial and error to get the right sound, but you really got it. And then, you know, they were definitely some of my favorite producers I worked with, and they like produced Cut Season and Sabotage, so they were really involved. And then there was all these other producers as well, like this guy named Cut Father. His name is Cut Father. How ironic. And he was amazing as well, and these guys, Jay Green and Skirt, they're so talented too, and they're actually having some success right now with this other artist, and they're just like killing it. They're some of the best people I've met, and they're so young. They're like two boys that we just met the first time we wrote my song Chaos, and we hit it off, and they're also another collaborator. I feel like it was just fast. So basically the theme of this too is like I feel like everyone on this project like immediately understanding what I want to do, and I thought, you know, like it was just right the full thing, and work with people who just like want to make art and make a good song, and there's no pressure, you know. So
got you. And you mentioned this Naive. I was going to ask about the video. I wanted to know, like, because it gave like it was given like very much cinematic vibes, like movie vibes. I wonder, like, what was the like basic idea that led up to that?
Sorry, say that one more time.
The music video for Naive.
The music, yes. So what about Naive? Sorry.
Yeah, so I was basically asking, like, it was giving, like, very much cinematic, like, movie vibes, so I wanted to know, like, the idea behind it, like, the basic idea that led to, like, such a grand video.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of, like, was referencing a lot of, like, iconic movies and iconic, like, icons. I mean, Marilyn Monroe was a big influence. I'm a girl's best friend. If you've seen that, like, she's being kind of, like, thrown into millions, and there's people who are trying to, like, you know, flirt their way in and, like, flash these diamonds in her face, and kind of, like, it's kind of, like, brushing off of that visually, but not, like, she wasn't naive to it, but I kind of took that from, you know, the inspiration of that, and of that culty kind of figure, and, like, took that and I put it into, like, I kind of wanted it to feel like I was being pushed around into all these different directions, and like all these people are touching me, and they're all surrounding me, and like they're obsessed, but they're like telling me to go here, and I kind of just wanted the video to feel one big cult, and essentially like don't be naive to like what's being presented to you, and so how that video came out creatively. We kind of just wanted it to be like one simple location, and we kind of just like rented out the studio, and we set up this crazy design and this red carpet, and like you see in the video, like I end up at the end.
Yeah, it's super dope. No, hell yeah. Like the people in the comments, they loved it. They were going crazy in the comments. I really wanted it to feel like really like a long little short film. Like, you know what I mean? Film, yeah, that's what I was saying. It gave me like very much cinematic vibes, like very much like movie vibes. I loved it.
Exactly. That's kind of always like my biggest thing. Like I love things being cinematic and feel like moving. Like even with my artwork, like I'm always like I want it to feel like a painting. Like I'm so like I don't know. I'm such a visual person. So for me, like visual everything.
Mission accomplished. I loved it.
That means the world to me. I put so much work into this, and you know, I'm not stopping anytime soon. So like,
you cannot do that. Oh yeah. So my last couple ones, so I don't waste your time. So besides your music platform, like how else do you plan on using your platform to encourage people to embrace their true identity?
Sorry, one more time.
Like outside of your music, and you said breaking up.
Yeah, like something like it cuts out and then it comes back in. Sorry, one more time.
Oh, my bad. So I was basically saying, outside of music, how else do you plan on using your platform to encourage people to embrace their true identity?
Well, you know, I'm always all about advocating and using my voice, and I'm always going to stand behind what's right, like point blank. You know, like I feel it's not that difficult to be a part of the right thing, and you know, for me,
that's a quote,
right? Like it's like
difficult to be a part of the right thing.
Exactly, it shouldn't be, and so whenever I see something that I feel like has hatred or, you know, especially racism and everything with just everything that's happened this past couple months, it's mind blowing to me that we're still in this. We're still back in time. Like it's 2020. Like the world should be ashamed of themselves. Like this is so back. It's so backwards. Like why are people so what are people doing to you? Like everyone should live their own life. I sometimes I think about it like it should be simple. It should be like
right.
We're all here. We're all on this planet. Why we're here, but we're here, and we're just all trying to have a nice time here, make our dreams come true. Yet there's all this unnecessary bullshit going on for what?
Right.
You know, for what? You know. So my biggest thing is using my platform to like get it straight and like hopefully influence my followers. Like, yo, like, you know, use your platform too. Like, even if you have one follower, like just making that one person of like what the fuck is right, like then great.
Right.
So you know, I
love that answer.
It's just like it's like come on, like wake up. Like everyone needs to wake up and just it's not that black and white. So you know, I'm all the there you go, honey. So I use my voice and my platform. So, sorry, say that again?
Sure. No, I was saying I'm going to use that quote. You said it's not that hard to be a part of something right. Like, I love that quote. I love that.
Thank you. It shouldn't be.
That was simply said. It's very simple, you know? It's not that hard to be. That's a perfect answer right there.
Thank you.
And then for my last one, for sure. So touring is soon we'll be back outside, you know. Everybody will be outside getting their tickets. We do know very soon you'll be hitting those stages. So, like, what are some things you're excited for when that time comes?
For what exactly?
For tour.
Well, oh my God. I mean, I had a whole tour planned. I was like so excited and ready, but you know, for me now, I'm just like I'm practicing. I'm always picking up a guitar. I'm always like, you know, practicing in my mirror. So I'm always just performing to myself, to my friends. I love performing. So for me, as soon as that is open again, I want to definitely get back in touch with my team in terms of like and start booking it like a whole, you know, tour together and get a tour back in, and you know, hopefully support others. I'd love to open for other artists as well, just like experience different other people's experiences, and you know, get to just artists. Like so fun. Like I didn't really get to do that. Like I went on tour with one artist, whatever you call it. Like really, really enjoyed it. And I was like, oh my God, I want to do this again and again. Like, it's fun when you tour with someone because you like get to be friends with them on tour and
tap into their audience too.
Get to meet their audience and their audience gets to meet your audience. It's so fun and like collaborative and just like an awesome experience. So I didn't get to do it. I only did it once, and so that was a little annoying. But the second this shit is over, like, I'm going on tour. I'm not stopping. My manager was like, "You're a tour." Like, a lot of artists come out of that thing and they're like dead. I know that's a thing and like that happens, but I don't know why. For some reason, I was not. Let's keep going.
Yeah, you have to keep that energy though. You gotta let them get tired and you keep your energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to. And I think that there's a point, obviously, when you've hit a breaking point of doing it so much where you're like, okay, I need I need to take a break. Like, that's just anything though. Like, if you're working hard, you're gonna get tired at the end of the day. So, you know, I think it's a tool, but I'm obsessed and I'm hungry and I'm before the second I'm able to go.
That's great. Yeah, that's gonna take you far. I was gonna say, like, even like I haven't even really heard like too many artists say like I want to open for artists. Like, having that mindset is gonna take you really far. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really gonna take you far. I definitely want to like commend you for even like thinking about that and considering those things, because those be opportunities that certain artists be missing out on due to like one prideful instinct or the other. You know what I mean? But that's gonna take you far if you keep the energy and the mindset that you have right now.
Yeah, of course. You just have to stay positive. Way to keep going, taking it day by day, honey.
For sure. I'm right with you. So I believe that's my time. I definitely appreciate your time, and I really enjoyed this interview. So whenever it's out, you will definitely be made notified.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and so good talking to you. Have a good...
Stay blessed, okay?
You too. Right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Yes.
Thank
you
for making this all happen. Seriously.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much. I'll be sure to send over links to all of the interviews to your team so that you can check them out.
Perfect. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much.
You too. Thank you. Bye.